I got some valid feedback that indicated that this join function, I did not explain it well enough. And that's quite right. I was trying to keep the video short, which was already way too long. So what you'll find in here is a little bit more of the explanation for that. So this is a similar search to the one we did, but we are adding into the tuple, into the combination of the thing, one more variable, protocol ID. And the idea is to make sure that we don't get, you know, I mean, if you take, like I did for simplicity, the protocol ID, which is TCP or UDP, then there are chances that you may find another entry with these same characteristics, but the protocol being different. And then you will see the total destination byte, total source byte different from what you were looking for. The idea is to provide enough components on the tuple to make sure that your search is unique. So I just executed this search in here, in the network activity tab, similar to what I did before. Now I call the search flow summary 1. Remember, this is a number that you need to change because it's a variable name that you can only use it once. And one important thing that I did not mention either is that this the function that we will use later, the custom function, the join function, it's limited to 200,000 entries. That's the way it was written. So what I'm doing in order to make sure I don't go over the top of what that function can do is I'm limiting my search here by adding this to 100,000, right? Now, after we execute that search, that's the results that we get. We can actually see it here. That's the exact same search, and that's the result. So let's say that we actually, I went ahead here and grabbed these into the clipboard because I'm interested in the total destination bytes for this particular entry. So I want, that's the way that I want to join the actual data. So in order to do that, I made a simplified search in here. And this is it. I'm executing the table join custom function. That's the name of the actual table. And I need to change this to 1 because that needs to match this search. And I'm interested in retrieving the total destination byte. So I should be getting this 9916 number here. And I'm saying the tuple that you need to look for is this one that we got from here. Well, this is actually a different one. I was doing some testing, so let me actually correct that by going in here and pasting that, and I need to put those between quotes. Okay, so that's the entry that we are interested in. So I'm going to execute this in the log activity tab. If we go here, that's precisely the search. I just was checking that I did that right. And as you see, the results I get is the 9916. I put limit 5 in case that there will be more than one entry, but obviously is the either the same entry or this is repeated 5 times. So that's the way that key works. So that's how you navigate from one table into another. So you are telling, from this table that is the results on the network activity tab, grab me using this tuple as the key, the total destination bytes, and that's the result you get. But I want to do something else. I want to actually go ahead and execute that search again, because as you will see, and I'm not pausing the video or anything like that, this search seems to be costly in terms of the search they join, and that's probably one of the reasons why Curator doesn't do joins natively, is because these are expensive. So the search as simple as the one that we are executing here, you see it's taking a couple of seconds to actually give us the result. So use this function with care. You see it took a couple of seconds, and that's the 9916 that we were seeing right here, 9916. Okay. One more observation. If we look at that costly search, looks like in order to retrieve the data, the system only required 18 milliseconds. So I do not know where the additional extra time to render that is all about. But keep this in mind, and if you're going to be doing testing with this with API calls and AQL searches, having these AQL searches as part of API calls, make sure that you wait, and some of the functions in Curator, they actually tell you when they are ready to retrieve the results. So keep that in mind. One final thing for completeness is that we don't have the protocol name. If we look here for protocol, we don't have protocol name in here now, but that information is coming in the logs, particularly from Sysmo. So if we add a filter for QID and we put that network incident that we saw before, 5001840, and we add that filter, and let's look for the last 24 hours, we see those events. And if we look inside of it, we see that in the actual payload of the log, we can match the tuple, and we can match the information from both. Here is we have protocol IP. Well, all we need to do is extract a new property. Let me see if I can do this right. We are going to call this property protocol name, and the regex for that, I already tested this out. If we clear here test, we should see it here. Here it is. So we save that. If we return to all the events and we click into any one of them, we should see the protocol name. No, here it is. Yeah, protocol name TCP. No, now we have those two combined. So now we can use this search, was the original one that Mutaz had, in which the protocol name is part of the information. This is the search that we did on the network activity tab. So if we go here and we paste that and click search and wait a bit, this is completed, but yeah, it took maybe a second or so after that. Then we get that particular entry. Well, I hope that this provides additional details for those of you who might be interested in using this good custom function.